Hi everyone, hope you're well. This is my longer term forecast video for July and August 2022. I've mainly pulled cards for this reading, but I do have a few intuitive messages I want to share with you first. So the first one is that there is more to things than what you see. The message here is to trust your intuition in July and August. So it will fill in the gaps when you know something is right or when something isn't right. So that feeling you get from your intuition, that hunch, it's not just your imagination, it's your subconscious mind. And the more you listen to it, the stronger it gets. And the more you become familiar with its voice and the more you can hear. So that's the first message. Another part of that actually is not to take things or people at face value. Know that there's more to their story and their circumstances, for better or worse, that you won't know, and that you'll find out during July and August, and you may be surprised by. Okay, the stones that I've pulled are Moonstone and Rose Quartz. So the Moonstone is saying to really pay attention to the full and the new moons in July and August. So I've put the dates for those on the screen and the sign that they're in. And just a reminder that full moons are about release and they spotlight something. It's the peak of a cycle. New moons are always the beginning of a new cycle. The waxing moon or the growing moon is a time to be active and push forward with things. And the waning moon is a time that supports retreat and reflection. And the rose quartz is saying for these 2 months that it is a time for healing. It's saying that we have been through a huge trauma one way or another in our own way. So it's saying to do the things that make you feel good, step away from the drama, and also to acknowledge the pain that you have been through and the pain that you're probably still holding on to. And also know that none of what has happened is your fault, but it's all something that you can learn from and grow from, and whatever it is, use to become better in whatever way you need. Another intuitive message is about disappointment, a disappointment you've had and a second chance that you're going to get. So it's just saying that when and if something doesn't go your way, keep going through it and recognize when you're being given that second chance and take it. Okay, so onto the cards. No surprises with the first two I pulled, the Tower and then the Four of Swords together. Tower is all about a violent crisis, a shocking and traumatic event. And the Four of Swords is saying to be aware of what that was, know that the worst of it is over, but also be aware of the effect it had on you and rest and recuperate or do whatever it is that you need to recover from it. But acknowledge that you're doing that and acknowledge that it's needed. All right. Then we get the Wheel of Fortune, and I see this as a vindication. We've had this a lot lately, and here it's reversed, and my eyes are drawn to this, monster type creature about to crash off the Wheel of Fortune. And I think that's going to be in August. I think the vindication is going to come in August because it's fixed signs all around the outside of the card. So once we get into Leo season, without you having to do anything, look out for some vindication there. Okay, then we get the Queen of Pentacles, which is all about summer. And the message here is start again. No matter what's happened, we now have our chance to start again. It's saying to take action because that's Pentacles. So try something new and try it without fear or anxiety about whether it will be successful or not. It will be successful because you'll be doing something that makes you feel good and that's right for you. And perhaps you've had to delay for a while, but now is the time. Okay. It's also the right time now because perhaps if you had an opportunity for something before, you weren't quite ready for it in the way that you are now. You've changed in a way that will make it more successful and make it work better than it ever would have before, whatever that may be for you. And then we got, this was really interesting. I got 3 sets of pairs of cards, one really traumatic and the second one healing. So if you look at the first pair here, we've got the 10 of Swords, which is the decisive end of something painful. And then the Fool, which is a total new start. One that may seem naive. I mean, he looks like he's about to walk off the edge of a cliff. But the point of that is he's got complete faith and trust that the journey he's starting on will be a successful one and right for him. And then after that, we got the 9 of Swords, which is all about worry, stress, sorrow, despair, paired up with the 3 of Wands, which is all about looking up again and looking outwards again. So it's saying don't get stuck in the despair of what went wrong and have that idea that today is the first day of the rest of your life. Don't look back on the pain, look outwards to what comes next, because you can't change what happened. And to move out of a kind of stuck or unhappy state you may have been in, you need to lift your head up and look outwards and then start taking steps in a new direction. And then when you do, when you move through and process that pain that these cards are talking about, we've then got the Ace of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles together, which again, like the Queen of Pentacles, is that message about taking action. So it's saying once you have moved on from that pain, the swords then don't represent pain, they represent victory and empowerment. And once you've dealt with that pain, you are then ready to really move on decisively. And the final card that came out was the Sun. And I think that represents, this whole read represents a whole process we're going through in July and August. But it comes out well with the Sun, one of the best and happiest cards in the deck. But in order to get there, acknowledge the pain, process the pain, really decide what you need to do to move on from it, and do those steps. And it sets you up really well for what's coming next. Okay, everyone, have a great July and August. I will be back, obviously, in July and August with my shorter messages, but I've got some time off as well in July and August, so it may just be a little bit sporadic. Okay, thank you for listening and take care. And as usual, I'll talk again soon. Bye-bye.